Hi everyone, today's video is going to be an update on my weekly product pan, and last week I drew something from, or a shade out of my Too Faced Smokey Eye palette. Now, when I first drew this, I was like, I'm probably going to end up decluttering this, but I'm not. So I actually drew the shade Up in Smoke, but because I'm no longer doing a pan that palette, I literally used every single eyeshadow in here maybe not every single one multiple times, but this is pretty much the palette I used, and then I would pull into some of the other palettes I'm panning just to like today I wanted a little bit more purple, or like this one doesn't have a transition shade or a matte brow bone, so I pulled in for things like that, but this was the main palette I used, so I really got some good use out of this palette. I don't know, I feel like it actually doesn't look brand new anymore, which is nice, and I really like it. I like every single shade in here. A couple of them I don't feel like do exactly what I want. Like this shade, Firefly, is what's on my lid today. And as you can see, like, it's not quite as shimmery as I want, but overall I really like it. Y'all know I love this silver. This Up in Smoke shade, which is really the shade I pulled, I have on a liner today and as a eyebrow. I think it works really well as that. I think this was a really nice palette. This shade, White Lie, is a great inner corner highlight. I also have Smoking Jacket on my outer corner. So, I mean, I got some really good use out of this palette. I feel like not doing a pan that palette for me is just already really showing that it's a good idea. Because I used this palette. I really, truly used it. I got a lot of use out of it. I played with everything in here, and I determined if I wanted to keep it or not. And I do. I think if I was still panning the palette and I was only focusing on that one Open Smoke shade, I probably would have ended up decluttering this palette, and I don't want to. So this guy is going back into the palette drawer. Now, it's a new week. So usually I just, random.org, anything that comes out, I use. But I'm cheating this week. And you'll see when I do my numbers, I actually have 1,419. And you're going to be like, yo, girl, you went up. Now, I did find a couple of items in my collection that were not on this list. I had used up like a candy cane chapstick, but I have another one, and I realized I didn't have that. And then my dad, the past 2 years for Christmas, I think these are adorable. He's gotten my sister and I these giant lip smacker things, and these weren't on the list, and they should be because they count. So I added a couple of things, and somebody, her name is Amanda, her tagline or channel name, though she doesn't make videos, I checked. Amanda, if I am wrong and I'm just an idiot and checked wrong, please let me know. But I checked, she doesn't make videos, but her channel name is Devious and Complicated. Not and, but an N. She sent me this. I don't, honestly, I was shocked. She told me she was going to, and I was like, girl, please don't feel the need to send me anything. I am a student, and it's really hard. I am a PhD student. I believe this is the right decision for me. I love teaching. But I also love doing research. You're literally discovering new things about the world. Like, what's cooler than that? I don't know. So I love what I do, and I believe with everything in my being that God put me on this earth to be a professor, to do research, and to teach students. Like, that's what I want. But it sucks sometimes, and it's hard, and I am 26 years old, and I've never really had a full-time job. I've always been a student my entire life. I have a bachelor, high school degree, obviously, have a bachelor's degree, I have a master's degree, and now I'm getting a PhD. But sometimes it's really hard, and I get really discouraged because I feel like, I don't know, I feel kind of like a failure, if we're being, like, completely honest, just because it's like, cool, I am 26, I make under $20,000 a year, and I have 2 degrees. So, like, being a grad student's not super lucrative by any means. So that's the main reason why I'm on a no buy, is because I'm like, I can't justify bringing in another palette when I don't, like, sometimes I can barely afford for my dogs to be able to eat, and sometimes they eat and I don't. Well, that's dramatic. I always eat. I don't want to be dramatic here. But it's just, it's rough sometimes. And I made a video last year about my student loan debt, and people, I don't know what I expected. I didn't necessarily expect people to be like, wow, girl, that's great. But I was just trying to be honest, because I like a lot of transparency, and I know that other people are thinking about going to grad school in this world, and this is just my journey. That's all I can tell you. But I got a lot of hate. A lot of people have told me I am a failure, that my boyfriend should leave me because I'm never going to do anything with my life. That one guy told me that I had bought a new car and that's why I had student loan. There's just been a lot of crap. Amanda saw that and she said that she really felt like she wanted to do this, and that was really great to me. And I'm a person that I like to give presents, and I don't know that Amanda's that, and maybe that's my way of rationalizing it. But like, I was like, girl, if you want to do this, I would love that. But I'm a person that I'm like, oh, let me get you something, please. And it brings me joy to do it. So I told her she could, and she did. And it's just really, really great. And I'm so excited to be able to play with this and use it. I haven't yet. Oh man, I just dropped the brush. So I have the Riviera palette, as you can see here. And I haven't played with it yet. I've swatched it a bunch. Like, I came in and I was like, look, look, look. And my advisor was like, what do you have all over you? And I was like, eyeshadow, babe. Eyeshadow. I don't call my advisor babe. That was weird. But I'm so excited to play with this. This speaks to me on so many levels. I'm not gonna lie, I opened it and I was like, cool, really excited, brand new palette. What am I gonna do with it? And now I keep like thinking of different ideas. Now I haven't watched anybody's review because Amanda did tell me she was gonna send me this pretty soon after it came out, and I didn't want to be biased. So I don't know if everyone's loving this or everyone's hating it. I have no idea. But I'm excited, really, truly cannot wait to play with it. But because of that, I am not going to let myself draw an eyeshadow palette. So if I draw an eyeshadow palette, I'm going to just redraw, because this week I want to really focus in and use the Riviera palette. I will definitely be doing a review at some point this week, probably later in the week. I don't like these, here's the first time I've used it, here's my review. That's not what I do. I get that you get it out quicker and you get more views that way, but I feel like it's not, like, there's definitely times I've used a palette and hated it and then loved it, and there's also times that I've used a palette, loved it, and then ended up hating it. So I want to get really into the palette before I give a review, but this is the longest weekly product pan I've ever done. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. So 1 to 1,419. If I draw an eyeshadow, we're going to redraw. $13.99. Okay, cool. So this is not an eyeshadow palette. I haven't used this yet. This is the Urban Decay Brow Endowed Primer. So I got, this is at the very back of this drawer. I got this with like a coupon. It's not of these. Sorry, I have all my like eyeshadows in the back of this drawer, and they're all like tubes. Like, you know, I don't know where it is. Oh, I found it. I found it. Here we go. So I got this as like with the coupon code. So it is like new. I don't know. For my no buy, I only buy things that I'm out of, and I haven't run out of any makeup. But if I have to buy something, I try to buy things from Sephora Ulta just because of their point system and stuff. So if I buy something, like I bought a toner, and this was the coupon code, so I don't count that. But this is the Brow Endowed by Urban Decay, and it's got a primer and a color. So let's see. I drew out the primer. So the primer is this like clear thing. Okay. And then it's got like a color on the other side, I think. That's what I'm picking up. Yeah, it's got a color. So I don't know. I haven't really heard anybody talk about this. But I will use this month, or this week, excuse me, in my eyebrows. That's why I keep doing this. And I'll see how I like that. So I'm excited to try this. This is a brand new item. Never touched it. I'm really excited to play with this guy. I will for sure be reporting back and tell you how I like it. I'll give you an honest review. I didn't tell Amanda that, but I'm sure she knows that. Like, I feel like I'm gonna love it. She sent it to me because she was like, girl, I have not stopped playing with this since I bought it. So I really am excited to play with it. And I do have 2 other Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes that I like, but all of that aside, I will obviously be giving you a completely honest review. I will not ever lie. It's not what I do in my life in any facet, much less this. So yeah, there you go. We'll be playing with some new items this week, and I will let you know. So as always, if you have any questions, requests, suggestions, or comments, go ahead and leave it down below, and I'll just see y'all real soon. Bye.